Welcome back to this channel for practice problems for actuarial exams. My name is Krzysztof Ostaszewski. You can find information about me at smarturl.it/Jedi. My advice on how to pass actuarial exams is at smarturl.it/pass. This video channel is at smarturl.it/pass actuarial exams. Here you have information about online seminars and study manuals for exams PFM, IFM, and LTAM that I offer. I direct the actuarial program at Illinois State University. You can find information about it at smarturl.it/actuary. If you would like to offer a tax-deductible, at least to the extent allowed by law, donation to support our students, please go to smarturl.it/help-ISU actuary. Here's a problem for today for exam FM on financial mathematics. A bank offers the following choices for certificates of deposit. For 1 year term, the nominal annual interest rate convertible quarterly is 4%. For a term of 3 years, nominal annual interest rate convertible quarterly is 5%. And for a term of 5 years, the nominal annual interest rate convertible quarterly is 5.65%. The certificates mature at the end of the term. The bank does not permit early withdrawals. During the next 6 years, the bank will continue to offer certificates of deposit with the same terms and interest rates. An investor initially deposits $10,000 in the bank and withdraws both principal and interest at the end of 6 years. Calculate the maximum annual effective rate of interest the investor can earn over the 6-year period. And here's the solution. So the investor has the following options. Deposit the funds in 1 year certificates every year for 6 years, producing an annual effective rate of return of 1 plus 0.04 over 4, because 4% is the nominal annual interest rate convertible quarterly, to the power 6 for standing for 6 years times 4, because 4 compoundings per year, so interest rate is effectively 1% quarterly. And then if we take this to the 1/6 power, we get the annual accumulation factor, and if we subtract 1, that's the annual effective interest rate. That's the same as 1.01 to the 4th minus 1, and that's approximately 4.060401%. It's the same as the annual effective interest rate corresponding to 4% nominal annual rate compounded quarterly, of course, because it's the same interest rate in every year. Deposit the funds. The second alternative is to deposit the funds for 3 years at 5% per year convertible quarterly, followed by 3 one-year deposits at 4% convertible quarterly, resulting in 1 plus 0.05, the nominal interest rate, annual interest rate, over 3 years for a 3-year certificate, that divided by 4 to the power of 3 for 3 years, times 4 for 4 quarters in a year, times the annual rate, which is 1 plus 0.04 over 4 to the 4th, and that's over 3 years. And then the whole accumulation factor we take to the 1/6 power to switch it to 1 year, and then subtract 1 to get the annual effective interest rate, and that comes out to be 4.576189%. Deposit the funds for 3 years at 5% per year convertible quarterly, followed by the same deposit for another 3 years, resulting in annual effective rate of return of 1 plus 0.05 over 4 to the power 3 for 3 years, times 4 for 4 quarters, and then squared because you're doing it twice the same way, and then to the power 1/6 to get the annual accumulation factor, subtract 1 to get the annual effective interest rate, and that becomes 1.0125 to the 4th minus 1, and that's approximately 5.094534%. Or the final alternative is to deposit the funds for 5 years and then for 1 year, or deposit funds for 1 year and then for 5 years. Either way produces the same annual effective rate of return, which will be 1 plus 0.0565 over 4 to the power of 5 because of 5 years, times 4 because of 4 quarters in a year, times 1 plus 0.04 over 4 to the fourth, and the whole thing to the 1/6 to get the annual accumulation factor, minus 1, and that comes out to be 5.43827%. And the last one is the best choice. Now, given the choices, this was to be expected. You could have guessed intuitively that this is the highest effective rate you can get. The most effective way to help develop that guess is to calculate the effective annual rate of return on each of the available certificates. So for the 1-year certificate, we already mentioned that that's about 4.060401%. For 3-year certificate, that rate is 5.094534% approximately, and for 5-year certificate, 5.770841%. And then clearly getting roughly 5.77% per year for 5 years makes up for getting only 4.06% for just 1 year versus the second best of getting 5.09% per year. So that's the whole story. It's an estimate that this alternative of 5-year certificate plus 1 year is better, but you could just calculate it as we just did, and you do get that answer. In any case, that's answer D. Please remember this is copyrighted material. The problem itself comes from Society of Actuaries. The solution is mine. Good luck in your studies and good luck on the test.